Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of the Firecup Frequency. I'm your host, Christian Firecup, and today we are interviewing one of the head developers of the QUESTCRAFT application for the Oculus Quest 2. QUESTCRAFT is an application that lets users play Minecraft Java Edition on the Quest standalone without a need of a computer or any form of virtual streaming software. Now, the developers took a very, very long time developing and put a lot of hard work into it. So please check out their links in the description. I have major respect for them. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode of the Firecup Frequency. And hey, share this around if you enjoyed it. Let's get started. And we're back with the episode. Today we have a very special interview. I am with...
CtrlAltDelete. I am the CEO of QCXR and main project manager for QuestCraft.
And today we're going to be asking just some questions about QuestCraft in general, like how the project started, what was the goal originally, how the project is coming along, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started. First question, was QuestCraft always going to be on Fabric, or were you guys trying or planning on making a Forge version at first? This is a question I saw a lot of people commenting when QuestCraft discussion was going on. But yeah, I'm just curious, you know?
So QuestCraft originally started as, a project mainly based around Vivecraft, which is a Forge VR mod. Hopefully most of you guys have heard of. It's similar to MCXR, pretty much a main competitor to it in a sense. Our roadmap originally was to have Vivecraft as our main VR mod. But we found that MCXR would have better performance and give us a better path when it comes to upgrades and main development. So we decided to switch over to MCXR and partner with them, which is a Fabric mod.
Yep. So my podcast likes to cover a lot of things, so some of my viewers might not understand what MCXR is. Could you explain what MCXR is?
MCXR is the mod we use for QuestCraft, which pretty much contains all the features and actual, VR portion. Pretty much a mod that puts Minecraft into VR in the first place. QuestCraft is pretty much a launcher that wraps around MCXR, so it can be ran on the Oculus Quest, Quest 2, and other standalone head-mounted displays. MCXR is it's not finished, but it is an alpha VR mod, which allows you to just explore Minecraft in just I would say almost 4D, because you have 3D, which you'd be staring at a display, and then 4D is just that extra depth, pretty much.
Of course. Now, I actually recently was able to try MCXR on on my PC. I ended up installing the MX Play mod, and I got it enabled with Title Worlds, and there was a huge performance difference between Vivecraft and MX. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. MCXR. Could you tell us why the performance difference is so great? Like what separates them? Why is load times faster? Why, you get what I'm saying? Like, why is there such a huge difference between performance between the two?
So, Vivecraft being a Forge mod, or at least what most people use. Most people will install Forge and use the Forge variant of Vivecraft. and it using Forge. Forge is a very, I would say, it's way more demanding than Fabric, as there's a lot more going on in the background with Forge, and it's very intensive on RAM and CPU usage, as where MCXR is based off of Fabric, and Fabric is way more cut down. It's lightweight, and you need especially if you have something like Sodium installed with it, which is sort of like Optifine, but instead of just optimizing performance, it actually moves over a lot of what would be handled on your CPU and puts it on your GPU, which is makes it the FPS go. I mean, on my 3080 build in the other room, I'm able to play MCXR at around 600 frames per second, which you really don't need, but
that's
it's
still
there
crazy.
if you want. So that's the main reason why again we switched over to MCXR, because it's on Fabric, which runs a whole lot better.
Yeah, man. I mean, so with Fabric, just as you said, Fabric just handles mods better. Now, we were just talking about Sodium, which leads into my next question. A lot of people see on the title screen when you boot up Minecraft QuestCraft, right? They see Sodium missing, and when you try to install Sodium, it crashes. I was wondering why that is, like, from a technical standpoint, or if you guys don't know, that's completely fine. But do you guys know why it crashes from a technical standpoint? Because this is just a port of Fabric onto the Pojev, or not the Pojev launcher, but onto your guys' launcher. So I'm just curious.
So, with the statement you just made there, that's where a lot of people really get confused with what QuestCraft actually is. QuestCraft is more than just a modified version of MCXR to work on the Quest 2. First we have to take Pojev and allow it to get into all the VR components it needs to actually go into VR whenever you start the game, whenever you click play, which Pojev itself is a completely separate project, which is has its own things, and since we're based off of that, we have to follow everything they're doing. And there's things called renderers, and your renderer pretty much is it's the main thing that renders what you're seeing, and on different CPUs and GPU types, there's different renderers that you have. On PC, you usually see normal OpenGL and DirectX, and on mobile CPUs, which the Quest uses, you're gonna see OpenGL ES. And OpenGL ES, it might sound the same, which it sort of is, but it's a lot more cut down. There's a lot of stuff changed with it, and that really is what made this project a lot harder than just installing it, as a lot of people would think. You think you just install the MCXR mod and it just work, but there's a lot more that goes into it,
especially
since making MCXR work with that renderer that we need, and have that mix in with OpenXR, which is OpenXR is the VR runtime, which pretty much allows anything to use. A runtime is pretty much a universal basis for VR. So controls and frameworks and stuff all just work on wherever you want to use it. So the Quest, PC, any other form of VR headset, stuff like that. And Sodium has newer OpenGL calls which aren't in OpenGL ES. So it just respectively crashes because there's nothing there.
Yeah, that makes actually a lot more sense. Thank you for explaining that. Now, this next question is just something I'm personally curious about. Would you consider these releases of QuestCraft, the ones that are at least out to the public or on SideQuest, betas, or do you think these count as full releases? Like, and on top of that, what is the end game of this project? Where do you guys feel comfortable saying that, okay, this project is basically done, the rest of the stuff we need to do are basically just minor optimizations? You get what I'm saying? Like, what's the end game, and do you think these are betas?
So, as the main project leader, I've always, liked to state that we are a beta product, and I will only ever say that we have, officially released completely once, the main maintainers of the project have left. And the main end game is, the beautiful thing about QuestCraft is it's built off of its community. All of our developers have come from, seeing this project originally start. Originally it was just me and Xenix as the developers, and then we had Judge and Flam and all those other great developers join us after a while of us being in the community, and them wanting to help after seeing the progress and the stuff that we've been doing, and with that, it being a community project really means that there really is no end game until the project just completely dies out, which in my opinion, I don't see it dying out anytime soon. And even if it does, people will make forks of it. Since we're all open source, anything that we do, you guys can go to our GitHub and download the source code and modify it, make it work however you'd like. People make forks of it and make it into, something way bigger than what the original maintainers have made.
Of course.
And but for now, we really, we have no end game right now. We're just focused on making sure that it runs better and better each update, and that there's more quality of life improvements.
Of course. And that's the beauty of open source, because since everything's open and out there, there's never going to be really an end to a project like this. You know what I mean? Because someone could always just come, pick it up, and be like, okay, let's see what improvements I can make, and it could turn into something completely different or something even better just because it's community ran. So with that being said, you guys back in March went to Insomnia. You guys had a booth where you showed off QuestCraft and MCXR. Are you guys planning on going to any other events such as that and setting up booths and doing the exact same thing, or was that like a one-time thing?
We have already been, mainly me and an ambassador of mine, because the main ambassadors that we have are the people that hosted the booth.
Of course.
Me and the ambassadors have been talking with the main people that run Insomnia, and they have they've already said that we're able to come back for the next event, and we do plan on going back there. We're gonna have more staff. We're gonna have double the experience in running a booth, so it's gonna be way bigger than it was before. When it comes to other events, we are currently talking with a charity group that is hosting a Comic-Con convention, and we're gonna partner with them. We're gonna host a little booth over there where people can hop into Minecraft, see different charity type things we built into it, and then we are looking into hopefully going to PAX.
Oh man,
PAX East at some point. We've been talking with a lot of different people. I can't guarantee
Of
that
course.
PAX is something that will happen, but it is something on our radar, and we are definitely talking with some people right now.
100%, man. Actually, funny thing, I just got back from PAX, so that would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, first off, before we continue, I want to say I really am so impressed with all the work you guys do. I think the whole community has a huge thank you, because like this project is crazy. Like, this is standalone Java Minecraft on a headset that's made for mobile devices, and it gives Minecraft access to Minecraft to more people, because some people have a Android device and a Quest but don't have a computer, you know what I mean? And at that point, yeah, they could get the Pojev launcher on their phone, but it gives them a new way to experience Minecraft. Now, one thing I am curious about is mod support. So, since this is based off Fabric, most mods are already supported, but for the mods that require extra work, is there like a dedicated team to get them supported, or is it just people can make the forks if they want to? I'm just curious about that.
So one big thing when it comes to mod support, there's two separate sections that we need to look at. We need to look at Pojev launcher itself, which, with all of our partners, we're partnered with MCXR and Pojev launcher. So, we all work together to, better improve everyone's, stuff, like the mod manager that, it's mainly there for QuestCraft, but it will be implemented into Pojev launcher. And, some of the keyboards and, stuff that we put in to our version of MCXR, that's already been added to the original MCXR, the base version that PC players use. And for when it comes to mod support, we have to look at Pojev and see if they're having issues just on Pojev itself, and that's where the main issue lies with a lot of mod support.
Of course.
If it doesn't work on Pojev, it's obviously not going to work on
QuestCraft. Yeah.
But if it does work on Pojev, that's great, because then we can start looking at QuestCraft itself and seeing what needs to be changed for that mod to work. If it's open source, we usually tend to just look at the source code, see what needs to be fixed, and make the fixes ourselves, and then do a PR. Or like with Simple Voice Chat, we worked with the Simple Voice Chat devs to bring voice chat to QuestCraft, built in. All you need to do is cycle the mod, and voice chat works just as if you were using it on PC. We don't really have a dedicated team. It's a lot of what we do. We have our main developer, which works on our main stuff, performance and OpenGL, ES stuff like that. And then we have Izzy.exe, which is our quality of life person. He usually made the keyboard, the custom menus, stuff like that. Then we have Flam. He's usually our he's our odd one out. He pretty much just whatever he finds that he feels like doing, he pretty much just does it, just to improve one thing here or help another person out on their thing. So we don't really have one main person when it comes to mod support. We have everyone just plays a random part in making QuestCraft as best as it can.
Of course. So this will be the final question, because this is the final question I had prepared. With QuestCraft, right? What got everyone so motivated to make a project like this? Like what brought the team together? What kept you guys going? Because I know there were some bumps at the beginning of the project, and now we're here where you're getting closer to releasing QuestCraft 2.1, and the community's loving it. So what kept the team together? What brought the team together in the first place?
So the main thing that really, started this whole thing, there was about 5-6 people originally And that started the project.
Who are those 5-6 people, if you don't mind me asking?
Those people would be Rock, Xenix, Namluz, I'm pretty sure, SD Pixel, and Virtual Boy. Those were the main people that were, they were all originally there. When they started the project, Virtual Boy was the original project leader. Xenix was the, developer for it. And, we were all talking to Mystical Server, and he did a video talking about how we started the project, or how they started the project, I should say. And it got traction. It slowly but surely reached around 3,000 members when I actually joined the Discord. From there, at some point I started helping Xenix with development. In the about 6-month mark, and me and Xenix ended up leaving development because it was a lot to work with, and we had other projects, but I was usually there, just making sure it doesn't completely die. From there, around 2 months later, I got appointed as the new overhead for all the staff. I started making changes. I made sure that everything was managed correctly, and that everyone was playing their part correctly. Nothing happened that everyone didn't agree with. And I started trying to make sure that at least something was happening. And stuff really started kicking off once Flam and Judge joined the team. Flam and me, we worked, I don't even know how many hours, just fixing random stuff. Then Judge joined the team. After Flam was just talking with them, Judge took over as the main developer. He started working on stuff. People started seeing everything going on, and after a while, it just we got stuff working. We planned a release, and now we're here. So a lot of what kept us going was just perseverance. Trying different ways to get the game working, and every time we make even this tiniest bit of progress, it just motivated us to keep pushing more and more for what we've worked on for a little over a year.
Of course. Now, I know I said that was the last question, but I actually have one more. This one is about the popularity and how big QuestCraft got once you guys released. Like, was that overwhelming for any of you guys? Like, I remember when I first joined the Discord, right? There was 1,000 people in it. And now there's almost 30,000 people in it. So did that overwhelm you guys? Did that affect teamwork, or do you think you guys handled that pretty well?
We definitely did not handle it well. For our release day, our developers are all over the world, and one of them is they're on the Down Under. So it was pretty late for them, or actually no, it was pretty early in the morning. I want to say around 4 a.m. when we released, and we were all in a call, preparing for the release, and he ended up falling asleep, and we couldn't wake him up for the next 8 hours. After he woke up, we had already grown about 10,000 members.
Oh, that must have been a shock to him. Oh my god.
Oh Lord, he joined the call, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of yelled at him a little bit, but that was just one thing. There was also once we about 4 hours after we released, we started off at around 5,000 members before we made the announcement. And then after we made the announcement, we went, I don't even know about, we made it to around 15,000 members within like a 5 to 6 hour period, I would say. And we had prepared. I pretty much pep talked everyone, made sure we were all on the same page, all the moderators and stuff. And we didn't expect it to get as big as it did so quickly. So we only had about 3 to 5 moderators and a few admins. And then once we started going through, I was just going through my friends list, pretty much hitting up different people. The way Izzy joined the development team, he was a good friend of mine. We actually met through QuestCraft a while before we released. I just messaged him. I'm like, yo, I can trust you. Can you help moderate? And we just got a few moderators, admins. We were working. I don't even know how long. Me, Gabe, and Mitch, we were up for a good 15 hours just trying to calm everything down. And we had news articles coming out from PC Gamer magazine, and we were on the front actually within what was it, about 15 to 24 hours. We were already on the front page of Google for the gaming section. We were trending on YouTube. There was so much stuff. So there was people joining, there was at least 100 members an hour. Like at least, I want to say it was actually around 1,000 members an hour. We were definitely unprepared, and it definitely did surprise us. But things have started calming down. We've been teetering on 30,000. We're at 29.8 thousand, and we've been between 29.6 and 29.8. So we're pretty much just waiting for 30,000 now.
Yeah, of course. Now, thank you so much for joining us today. This was CtrlAltDelete from the QuestCraft team. Thank you for watching today's episode of the Fire Cup Frequency. I'll see you guys later.